Live from the YouTubes. Let me know if I'm sounding good, if I'm looking good when I come on screen. But today we are going to be talking movies, box office, answering some questions, man. It's been a great week. It's been a great couple of weeks when it comes to movie releases. Some big things dropping. So some big things to talk about. And it is Saturday, June 10th. 9:37 p.m. So we're doing a late live stream, but that is absolutely okay. And this video is so cool. It has a sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. You've been seeing that lately in the videos, but we've never done a live stream with the sponsor before. More on that later. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to get into the chat right now and see who all is here joining us on this Saturday, and I can't wait to answer some questions. So if you are here right now, be sure to ask your questions down below. And we're going to be talking the summer movie season as well. We've already had quite a few movies to talk about and some great movies coming down the pipeline. Hopefully some great movies coming down the pipeline. You never really know. And like I said, today's live stream is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. You guys can find that link in the description. And I'll be playing a little video for you guys here in just a little bit. Let's see who all is in the chat. The Laser saying, hello, Burke. Why does Austin look constipated in the picture? Look, man, I pick a face and I go with it. I love your videos. Thank you so much. That is very sweet. Can you give me a shout out? This is basically me giving you a shout out right now. Already got some great questions today. We have Robert in the chat. Let's see who else is here. What movie are you reviewing next? You know, I'm not sure. Maybe Extraction 2. I think that's the next one down the pipeline. I have my screener. Going to be watching it here soon. Landon saying, hey, Austin. What's up, Landon? What's up, Midnight TV? Thanks for being here. Hey. A lot of people in the chat. Already got some great questions, man. Already got some super chats. We're going to be answering all of those things. Are you going to see Past Lives? The answer is yes. It's a resounding yes. I can't wait to see it. Now, do I know when I'm going to see it? I do not. For some reason, A24 and the Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky area, we don't do screenings all that often, but we're definitely going to be doing Past Lives at some point in the near future. Hopefully also, hello from Chloe. Chloe, thanks for being here. Already got some great questions, man. We're going to get into these questions here in just a second. I'm just getting to the Hayes from the movie guy, the Hayes from James Talks Movies. And we've already got 60 people in the chat, man. If you are one of these 60 people joining us right now and you want to drop a like on this video, that would be amazing. We could start out strong on this video. Start out strong with a like. That would be super awesome. Also, let me know if everything is good on the technical side of things. We're having a little technical thing before we started, but I think we're looking good. We're feeling good. We're sounding good. And before I get into these questions, just so you guys know, this is one of the last times, I mean, maybe a week or two longer of this specific set, but one of the last times you'll be seeing this set because I will officially be moving in to the new studio. Well, the same studio that I was in, but the house flooded. Things were a disaster. I think we're moving back in this week. I think this week is the due date of the house. It also may be another due date. Lots of things going on in my life this week, but we're still talking movies. Unfortunately, there is an Indiana Jones screening for me this week, but because of some very important personal reasons, I will not be seeing Indiana Jones early. I will be seeing something else that I am a little more excited about come Thursday. And I'm very excited for that. But I want to get into some of these questions right now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play a video for you guys here in just a second. Let's start with the first super chat of the day. That is from Stumbo's Media Outlet. That is Ian. Ian, thanks for being here. If you guys want to drop that like, of course, it's going to help the video. But more importantly, if you guys want to ask questions, ask away, man. Super chats, normal questions, doesn't matter. Ian is the first one of the day, Stumbo's Media Outlet. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. Hello, my friend. Saw Transformers. God, I was doing that. So I was doing that earlier. My wife was about to kill me this weekend and thought it was pretty decent. Also, thanks for still thinking of me for Columbus. Hope to join you one day, buddy. Director's Swap. Yeah, I haven't been to Columbus in a bit. Thankfully, I've been going to Cincinnati lately, which is fantastic. And Indiana Jones is in Columbus for me, but I'm obviously again for important reasons. Direct swap. Scorsese's Insomnia, Nolan's The Aviator. Ooh, Ian, that's tough. That is tough, Ian. My goodness. I don't see Scorsese's The Aviator as one of those Scorsese, top of the line, top 5 best movies in his filmography. I think it's a good film, but I do see it as one of his weaker movies when we're talking in the grand scheme of things. Insomnia, I would say that's the same case for Insomnia when it comes to Nolan. But for me, Insomnia has such a distinct Nolan style, and it's a movie I kind of want Nolan to get back to, that less sci-fi, crazy, outlandish type of story, and I think Oppenheimer is going to be that, even though it's based on a true story, so maybe it's closer to Dunkirk, but Insomnia is so distinct for me. It's so distinct. I wouldn't want to see another director tackle it, and I don't necessarily feel that way about The Aviator, so I'm going to go Nolan's The Aviator. I would be more inclined to see Nolan's The Aviator rather than Scorsese's Insomnia. But that's a great question. That's a great question, Ian. I hear a car horn going off. I hope it's not our car horn. It's not our car horn. It's a great question. Also, you're talking Transformers. I'm really kind of, the more I've thought about Transformers, I haven't raised my score, but I'm really happy that we got a solid Transformers movie. It's not great, not anything to write home about. But honestly, I haven't seen a blockbuster this summer that I've despised, right? I haven't seen a blockbuster so far this summer that I've absolutely hated. So far, it's been either okay, solid, or in terms of Guardians and John Wick, and I know John Wick was a little earlier than that, but Spiderverse, either okay to great. And I think that's a really cool thing, By the way, someone just said they saw an ad randomly pop up in the middle of this live stream. That's interesting. I didn't do that. Maybe YouTube did that. If that's the case, thank you, YouTube. But this is a sponsored video, so the only ad that should be playing is my ad for Ridge Wallet. That's the only ad that should be playing, YouTube. Daggone it. Let's do one more super chat, and then I will be playing about a 1-minute video for you guys. We have Johnny. Here's Johnny. Favorite movie so far this year? Mine is John Wick 4. That's a great question, Johnny. By the way, Ian, I want to go back to you real quick, my friend. Just speaking upon Transformers one more time, it didn't do great at the box office. So if you guys were hesitant or curious, or if you didn't watch my review, I'd love it if you went and watched my review for Transformers. But if you didn't see it, I think it's worth a watch. It's not great. I've seen better, but I think it's worth a watch. I really do. So I think Transformers kind of deserves more love than it's getting at the box office this weekend. Here's Johnny. Favorite movie of the year so far? My favorite is John Wick. Johnny with a great question. Absolutely fantastic question. I'm going to say, Johnny, Air. Air is my favorite movie of the year. It's between that and John Wick. They're very close. Well, wait. What am I saying? What am I saying? How could I forget about my favorite movie of the year? Air is 2. So I think Air, for a long time, about a month, was my favorite movie. Prior to that, it was John Wick. It's Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is my number 1. Air is my number 2. John Wick is 3. But I'll tell you what, I've switched John Wick and Air a couple of times. I've stuck with Air for about a month now. Feeling pretty good about that. It's just, for me, Across the Spider-Verse did everything I wanted. A superhero movie to do this year. I wanted a blockbuster to do this year. The animation is amazing. The style is gorgeous. The characters are great. And apparently they sent a new version to theaters, Johnny, where the sound is mixed a bit differently, which could help with some of the audio issues. So that gives me incentive to go see Across the Spider-Verse again. And that's what I'm going to do, Johnny. Absolutely going to see Across the Spider-Verse one more time, at least in theaters, but probably 2 or 3 times. It all comes down to kind of how much time I get over the next couple of weeks. Hey, guys. If you're here right now, I want to take a little break, just a very brief break, and play a tiny video, just 1 minute long, for you all to thank today's sponsor. And you're going to see me, but you're going to see a different version of me. I'm going to throw back to the We're almost a week away from Father's Day, and I know for a fact you're looking for a last-second gift. Come on. We all do it. Well, today's sponsor is not old and worn down ugly wallet. That's this one. Today's sponsor is much more slick and compact. It's Ridge Wallet. My Ridge Wallet is forged carbon with a matte finish. It's scratch resistant and there's a lifetime warranty. Not only are you ditching the outdated look, but there are so many color schemes that range from base camp orange to forged Pacific. But those aren't the only ones. There are over 30 different colors. It's designed to protect you from digital pickpocketers, and it holds up to 12 cards, which is more than enough for me. With over 3 million customers, 50,000 5-star reviews, and you get to test drive it for 99 days, why would you not at least try this incredible wallet? Also, while you're at it, you might as well get one of the Ridge key cases. If you like this much more convenient wallet, you can find it down below at ridge.com/flickfans, and you could get up to 40% off if you use that link. I think you should click on it. I don't know. That's ridge.com/flickfans, and it's only through June 15th, so not a ton of time left. You should listen to the guy. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I mean, genuinely, I believe that. And that's not a lie either. I'm always looking for a last-second gift. It doesn't matter if it's Father's Day or Mother's Day or whatever day it is. So I may or may not have took my own advice there. But you guys know, I only get sponsors for this channel that I believe in and that I think have good products. And I genuinely think that's one of the best products I've ever been sent in terms of who sends me things. So I really hope you guys give Ridge Wallet a chance. The link is in the description. It helps out this channel. It helps out them. It's a win-win situation. Let's get back to the questions. And we got a lot of questions here. I know we've done 2 super chats so far. So I do want to get into the normal questions here. Will you be doing a review of Never Have I Ever? I probably won't be doing a review for Never Have I Ever, just because I don't think I reviewed last season. I'm a little behind on the series as a whole. You know, it's one of those shows that I really like, but I just, for some reason, I've been focusing on different projects. So if anything, I'll do a short, but I'm not sure if you're going to be getting a full review from me, but it's still a great question. Something I've talked about before. You know, it's a show worth watching for sure, though, because especially the first season, I think, is a really good season of television here. Did I miss a super chat here? I believe I did, so I want to back up just a bit and make sure I get to the Blue Futons super chat. Don't want to be going and skipping super chats. That's not what we do on this channel. The Blue Futon says, "You caused a storm, and I don't know who is going." And who is giving anymore. Sony is happy. Disney's mad. Oh, Blue Futon. What did I do wrong? Paramount disappointed. Warner Brothers hopeful. So what you're saying is, Blue Futon, who often gives me my paychecks from these studios, Sony's happy because I gave Across the Spiderverse a glowing, and I mean glowing, review. Disney's mad. Why is Disney mad at me, Blue Futon? All right, I deserve love from Disney because I what do the kids say? I simp for them often. Is that what the kids say? Probably not. Paramount is disappointed because I didn't love Bumblebee, but I still really liked it. Warner Brothers is hopeful. And if you guys didn't see my review for The Flash, because I think I liked The Flash as much as I wanted to like The Flash, I wasn't overwhelmed and in love with The Flash when I walked out of the theater, but I still really enjoyed the movie. So I think that's a good reason to be hopeful from the Blue Futon. How? Lionsgate equals the Black PR team figuring that out. So Blue Futon, I think what you're doing is you're sending a super chat for Lionsgate. So this is my Lionsgate paycheck to give The Blackening a glowing review. And I believe The Blackening comes out this week, correct? It's funny you say that because I had a screening for The Blackening last week that I missed. There's a screening this week that I'm probably going to miss. So I'm very curious to see if The Blackening is actually funny. And I don't know if you guys have seen that trailer. I just don't know how to feel about it because it's like it could work if the comedy hits, but if the comedy doesn't hit, I don't know if it's going to work, right? I don't know if the movie's going to be good at all. I think it's going to fall flat really quick. If you're watching, you're like, yeah, I'm just not laughing. I'm just not enjoying myself. So I'm hopeful for The Blackening. Let's see what type of movie this is. Because if it doesn't take itself too seriously and is funny, obviously we can have a win on our hands. So Lionsgate, I may be giving you a decent review on that one. But in terms of these other studios, Blue Futon, you know, I think they all have a reason to be happy. Even Disney. Because Guardians was great. Little Mermaid was way better than I thought it was going to be. It's not great, but it's a good movie, and I think that's really important. And like I said, I haven't seen a blockbuster this summer that I've hated. And that's crazy. Even Fast X, which I was just like, this is not going to be good. This is going to be terrible. I don't think this is going to be good at all. I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it. So, I'm curious to see what the rest of the summer is like, and if these other studios are going to be sending me my studio paychecks, of course, because I get paid off to give good reviews. Did you know Chris Hemsworth might be catching something? I don't know what that means, but I assume it's his hammer. Is that what you meant? Let's see. You're my favorite YouTuber. The kid reviews. That is so sweet. That is so nice. The movie guy says, "How is Fast X?" It was okay. It's fine. It's not great. Not a great movie. Not a good movie, I wouldn't say, but it's okay. And that's way better than I thought it was going to be. Like it up, y'all. Yeah, if you guys are here and you want to like that video, like this video, that would be absolutely amazing. Really appreciate it. Really do. Have you watched The Walking Dead? I'm watching it right now. I watched the first handful of seasons. I haven't watched since. I fell off because there was just so much going on. There's so much of that show that I have to catch up on. I'll probably never catch up on it. But what I saw, I liked, started to fall off. Nothing against the quality of The Walking Dead. I don't actually know what the quality is right now because I didn't watch it. Congrats on finally getting back in your house. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Hi, Austin. Do you think cinema subscriptions help or damage the movie industry? Surely it lowers box office numbers. Yeah, for sure. I believe, in general, COVID and, the streaming age that we're in, I think that is hurting box office. There's no way you look at what's happening at home and away from movie theaters and don't say, yeah, I mean, especially I think certain generations are becoming more comfortable staying at home and watching movies. You know how many times I get comments on my reviews, people saying, I'll just wait. Even if it's a movie they're really looking forward to. They're like, I can't wait to see this film. I'll watch it on Blu-ray or DVD. I'm just kidding. They don't say that. They say, I'll watch it on Netflix or I'll rent it. And so I think that's okay. But at the same time, obviously, I want box office to be high. And we're seeing some good box office runs right now, right? Across the Spiderverse, doing fantastic for its budget and how the first movie did. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 did great. Super Mario did amazing at the box office. Transformers, not great, to be honest with you, but I think it'll end up doing okay internationally. I hope it does. Anyway, I want this movie to succeed because if you've seen Transformers, I'm not going to spoil anything. There is a scene at the end that sets up kind of the future of this universe, and that gets me interested. Really gets me interested. So I'm curious, Ronnie. I'm curious. Thanks for the chat. Do Good says the birth of your daughter's Thursday. Congratulations, Do Good. I didn't say that. Now I insinuated that was the case. I didn't say that, but you are on to something. By the way, we have 69 viewers right now. Nobody go anywhere. Nobody go. We're at 69 viewers. That's the perfect amount of viewers. Nobody leave. Nobody move. Nobody touch that dial. There's no dial. It's YouTube, but it's perfect. What is the Homelander meme? It was perfect. I wish I could play memes during live streams. That would be amazing. Oh, we're up to 72. 69, no more. All right. We're there. If you guys are here and you want to drop a like on the video, my goal is to get to 50 likes today. If we get to 50 likes, I'll do absolutely nothing. But I'll be very happy and it will help the channel. So I appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, Do Good saying the birth of my daughter. That's good. It's a good guess. I mean, you may be right. You may be wrong. Hey, Austin, I never get to join these because the timing doesn't work quite often. So happy to see you. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you guys are getting in that chat, man, and asking so many questions, so many great questions. Going to try to get to as many as I can today. We're already 20 minutes in. Man, these things move so fast. I love your videos from James. James, thanks for being here. Love your channel, watching from Manchester, UK. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Thanks for being here. What's up, Austin? What's up, Clark? Will Barbie surprise and make $1 billion? $1 billion? No, I don't think Barbie's going to make $1 billion. I think it's going to do well. People were so shocked. Yeah. So shocked that Barbie is projected to do better than Oppenheimer. And I'm sitting back going, look, I know people love Nolan. I love Nolan. There are a lot of Nolanites out there. But why are we shocked at that? Barbie is a well-known IP. Barbie is so popular. I mean, not as popular as it used to be, obviously, but so popular. It's a wide range appeal. And Oppenheimer, if you don't go in and look at the director of the movie, which a lot of general audience members don't. I can't tell you how many people I know in my personal life that have no clue Christopher Nolan's directing Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's a movie about the guy who created the atomic bomb. And that's cool. I think it's cool, but that's not a wide appeal like Barbie. Barbie, all age groups can go watch that. Oppenheimer, I mean, I'm not going to let my kid watch Oppenheimer. It's not going to happen. So I'm freaking psyched out of my mind for Oppenheimer. I can't wait. But, people were kind of shocked that Barbie was projected more box office than Oppenheimer. I'm like, why? Why are you surprised? Either way, can't wait for both of them. More excited for Oppenheimer, though. Chloe, you did not have to do that. My goodness, please do something for you and your wife after little Miss Burke arrives. Keep date night alive. Make time for yourselves too. Chloe, that is too nice. Oh my goodness. Chloe with the amazing super chat. Chloe, thank you. Like, genuinely, I can't thank you enough for that awesome super chat. I'm actually going to turn the music back up. I forgot to turn it off. But my goodness, amazing. Thank you so much for your support for the channel, for everybody. I mean, I had some people message me and say, hey, I'm looking into Ridge Wallet. And that link is in the description if you've just joined. But going in, using my link, purchasing a Ridge Wallet for Father's Day, any support you all give this channel is amazing. Chloe, this specifically is freaking awesome. YouTube charges tax on super chats. This is my first one and I'm bamboozled. I don't know how much they charge, to be honest with you, Chloe. I know they do charge a little bit. And another thing, YouTube also takes a pretty good portion of super chats. But obviously every super chat is amazing. I always say that I put another link in the description. And I don't know if it's specifically in this one, but I'll have to start doing that again. Streamlabs, you can use the Streamlabs links to ask questions as well. But Chloe, thank you for the goodness, the most wonderful super chat ever. And, wife and I are going through some big changes, specifically this week. Some very big changes. So we're going to need a date night. We're going to need a date night over the next couple of weeks. Very excited to see what happens there, and so happy you sent that super chat, Chloe. That is awesome, and we will definitely use it for those reasons, 100%. So thank you. Hey, Austin, who's your most favorite director of all time? Mine is Denis Villeneuve, and I love his movies, especially Blade Runner. Well, it's funny, Ian. My number one director right now, and I don't want to say all time. All time is a big phrase. Big phrase. I think two of the biggest phrases in movies, words in movies, all time masterpiece. When I say all time, I have to be very confident in my opinion. So when I say this is one of my favorite movies of all time, I have to know that what I'm saying is what I mean when I say that. Because that's a big phrase, that's a big statement. And people on the internet, they do not forget when I say this is one of my favorite movies of all time. The other word is masterpiece. I try not to throw around masterpiece all that often. I used it for Across the Spiderverse when it came to the animation. I don't want to quite say it about the movie just yet. But we could get there with the film. I'm not always a masterpiece at first watch kind of guy. I need some time to sit, let it resonate, that kind of thing. But who knows? Maybe Spider-Verse. It's the first movie I can think of in a while that could get into that conversation. I think it's an amazing film. Chloe said, and Chloe, once again, thanks for the super chat. I saw Spider-Verse twice, had no sound issues either time. I couldn't understand some of Hobie the first time, but I definitely noticed a difference the second time. Okay, that's great. And that tells me, and you may have actually, when you saw it the second time, saw that new version of the movie that they put out there. And I definitely had issues with his character. And that voiceover with Gwen at the beginning, I was having some sound. It's like the sound effects were a lot louder and the music itself than the voices. And we're having a similar issue with the television at this Airbnb right now. It makes for some miserable watches. So we're trying not to watch too big of films at this Airbnb. But yeah, that's kind of how I felt in the theater watching Across the Spider-Verse. So yeah, it's very interesting. I hope I hope that's fixed with the new version of Spider-Verse in theaters. Next super chat from Will. Thank you, Will. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for asking questions. Amazing. And let me make sure I haven't missed any other super chats so far. I think we are caught up. Do you think if Beyond the Spider-Verse is just as acclaimed, beloved as Into and Across, it will be regarded as the best comic book trilogy ever? I've even seen giant Dark Knight trilogy fans saying this. Yeah, now that is a big statement to say that a movie without, or a trilogy without the third movie is already, people are already regarding it as possibly one of the best superhero trilogies of all time, or it could be in that conversation if Beyond is amazing. But Into and Across are so amazing. Like, they're not just good movies. They're phenomenal movies. So if Beyond is even just a really good movie, then I think we're in for a treat. I think we're in for something special in terms of the greatest trilogy conversation. But if Beyond is on the level of Across the Spider-Verse and on the level of Into the Spider-Verse, then we could be talking about the greatest trilogy of all time. I mean, what would hold a candle to it? The gold standard's Lord of the Rings. Can it surpass Lord of the Rings? Even at this point, I don't know. I don't know if it can, because you have 2 out of 3 movies in there that I would give close to a 10 out of 10 to, and the other one is close to a 9.5. But if you look at my rating specifically for Into and Across, I have Into and I have Across. Both, if you round them up, they're 10 out of 10s. So if Beyond is on that level, we could be looking at 3 10 out of 10s. That's I mean, that is greatest trilogy of all time conversation. Don't want to put it there yet. We got to watch Beyond. If Beyond falls flat, which I don't think it will at this point, then it falls out of the conversation of top 3, top 5. But if it's even good, it belongs in that conversation. Wow, Will, what a good conversation starter, my friend. Listen, I think there is a lot to get excited about for Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now we just sit back and wait for the date, because there's no date anymore for this movie. They took it off of Twitter. They took it off the website. So I think they are going to get pushed back just a little bit. But I think that that early June release worked really well for them this year. So why not push it back and do that again? Why not go early June of next year? Have you seen Elemental? I did not. My screening for Elemental was actually Thursday. So I missed my screening, unfortunately, for Elemental. I really wanted to see it. I really wanted to see it. But yeah, just family things going on and house things and trying to once again move locations. It kind of made it to where I couldn't do that. But, you know, I'm very excited to go see it next week, along with The Blackening, along with Extraction 2. I actually have Extraction 2 right now available, so I may even sit down and watch that tonight. That may happen. Let's see here, though. Hi, Austin. Like the video. Oh, thanks for dropping a like. Thank you for dropping a like, Martin. If you guys haven't dropped a like yet, we are almost to 50 likes, 50. The goal today is to get to 50, and if we can get to 50, maybe even push our way to 70 likes just to help out this video, man. That's the best way to show support. It's always ask a question, drop a like. And if you guys do those 2 things, hopefully YouTube says, we're going to push this video out to more people, because that's how it works. Apparently, I never know. Things are always changing with the YouTube algorithm and whatnot. But likes help YouTube push out the videos. So you guys liking my movie reviews this week and things like that, you know, my Flash review and my Transformers review. My Transformers review, it was late, okay? But you guys commenting and liking that on that video really helped a ton. Much appreciated. It really means a lot. Let's see here. I really liked Rise of the Beasts, actually. I was surprised. Yeah, I liked it. I did like it. I thought it was fun. Genuinely a fun film. Thought it would fall flat. Ended up, you know, being better than I imagined. Are you excited for Indiana Jones? You know, and I assume you mean Indiana Jones. You know, it's one of those things, Crunchy Bones. I am really excited for it. And I've seen some of the hate, and I've seen the mixed reviews, and I've seen the negativity, and I really want to see it this week, this upcoming week. And going to miss my screening, unfortunately, like I said. Stinks that I'm going to... You know, I could have seen Indiana Jones in Indiana. I could have seen Indiana Jones in Indiana with the flick pick.
I mean, that would have been great, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss it. That being said, I am excited, even with the negative reviews. I love James Mangold. I love the trailers. I'm interested. I'm very interested. A couple of shots look kind of bland, but man, I'm very interested to see kind of what happens with that movie. And speaking of Indiana Jones, we have John Poffenbarger in the chat. And John, let me tell you, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for asking Super Chat specifically, but thanks for asking questions, being here, my friend. It really, really means a lot. John's one of the all-timers, I like to call him, on this channel, always asking questions, always being involved. I got to see Raiders of the Lost Ark at the movie theater this week. That movie really hums. I'm still holding out hope for Dial of Destiny. The original trilogy is one of my favorites. Austin rocks. Well, I disagree with you on the Austin rocks part, John, but I do thank you so much for letting me know. And listen, I would love to see Raiders. I think Raiders was playing when I was watching my screening for The Flash. I think Raiders was actually playing in the theater next to me. So I heard it playing when I walked out of The Flash, and my brother and I were like, that would be a cool movie to go see on the big screen, because I've never seen any of the Indiana Jones on the big screen. I actually didn't see. Here's a fun fact. Learning fun facts about me. I did not see Indiana Jones 4 on the big screen. I did not see it. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which, I missed so much, didn't I? It's not the best movie ever, but yeah, I didn't get to see it on the big screen. So I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie on the big screen. I've never thought about that before, John. You're bringing out crazy moments here on this live stream. But yeah, the original trilogy is great. I think The Last Crusade is genuinely like on the level of Raiders. It's a fantastic movie. I can't wait, John. I'm so excited. So, John, let me know, my friend, if you are going to see, when you're going to see. I know you're going to see it, but let me know when you're going to see Dial of Destiny. And everybody, let me know. Are you going to go see Dial of Destiny when it releases in 2 weeks, correct? A little under 2 weeks, maybe. Or are you going to hold out? Are you saying, the reviews, the mixed reviews, it's just too crazy for me? There are a lot of movies coming out this summer. I understand if you don't want to see all of them on the big screen, but I'll let you guys know as soon as I see it, if I think this movie is going to be worth seeing, at least on the big screen. Hopefully it's worth seeing. Hopefully it's worth seeing. Barbie looks terrible. Well, I don't know if it looks terrible. And you guys let me know, is the audio, somebody mentioned my audio was a little out there. You guys let me know if the audio is okay. I saw somebody mention the audio in the chat. Do I sound good? Is everything okay? Let me know if that's working properly. But Barbie looks terrible. I don't think it looks terrible. I think it looks pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to look, to be honest with you. If it's self-aware, then it'll be good. How do I phrase this? If it's self-aware, it'll be good. If it takes itself too seriously and it's kind of like we don't know the type of movie that we're trying to be. Now, I didn't get that vibe from the trailer, but if it does that, then it may fall flat. But I hope it's good. I genuinely may believe that. Mike said, "Are you transforming?" I don't think so. Okay, the audio is choppy for a second. Thank you guys for telling me that. But I think we're good now. Okay, good. Y'all let me know if the audio goes crazy, because I don't like crazy audio now. I like good audio. We had somebody say something a little not very nice in the chat. Let's not be. Somebody. Oh God. So wait, here we go. Okay, let's not ask the same question. So, do you get paid to do your reviews? I noticed you like a lot of Disney movies. Oh God. Oh boy. Well, you must be new here. Yeah, every review, the studio comes in, they says, "Hey, they say, hey, listen, man, we're gonna give you so much money." The Buffettone said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give you so much money. They're gonna give you so much money to get to do your reviews, and I'm gonna pay you, and you gotta give it a good score. If you don't give it a good score, We're not going to pay you. Yeah, of course I get paid to do my reviews. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? Oh God, the Disney checks. Oh man, the Disney check is in the mail. Yes, it is, John. Oh, thank God. That was great. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for asking that amazing question. What an amazing question. Yeah, Blue Futon said YouTube takes part of your checks donating on Streamlabs. Yeah, we got to start doing Streamlabs again, I guess, because yes, YouTube unfortunately does take part of my check. I'll get the Streamlabs, Blue Futon. I'll get that back up and running for the next. I don't even know if the link's in the description now, but I get that back up and running for the next one because I think those are not YouTube taking part of it, unfortunately. But super chats are still great. Here's one. Messi to enter my. Oh, okay. Do you know that? Okay. So here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I know about soccer. Not a lot, but I did see that. And so what I saw is he like purchasing, or he purchased the team, right? Or the team. He purchased the team, and now he's playing for the team. Is that how that works? So does he own the team? I don't know anything about soccer, but I did see this news because it was huge news. So I know this is super chat. I appreciate the super chat. I don't know a lot about this. I mean, I like football. I like NFL football and basketball, but I'm not like into this. But I know he owns the team, I think, and then now he's playing for the team. That's cool, right? That's Messi. I know who Messi is. So, boy, I sound like a moron because it's just I don't know anything. That's great. That's awesome. Billy Mount says, "Hey Austin, how are you?" I'm great. I'm really good. It's been a good week. Listen, I am feeling great. Life is good. The family's good. We're moving back into the house. The house is beautiful. Well, it's getting there. It's almost beautiful. And we're doing a new YouTube studio, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, let's hide some of these comments here because they're not great. Let's see. What is another YouTube movie reviewer who you respect for us to follow? Man, I mean, there are a lot of great movie YouTube reviewers that I respect, and obviously, like peer-wise, like people that I know and I support. Not just saying, oh, well, they're movie YouTubers, so I have to respect them because they have good content. No, like I know Sean Chandler, and Sean Chandler's been really good to me, so I respect him. I know Cody Leach. Cody Leach was really good to me. He's a good human being, so I respect him. I mean, there have been more than a few, like Jaron Talks Movies. You know, I've met him. I respect him. Online. I've met Movies and Munchies. You know, I think he's a great guy. I respect his work. The Ruby Tuesday, he's a great guy. I respect his work. I've talked to Heavy Spoilers a few times over the internet. He's a great guy. I respect his work. Let me explain. We met in person. One of the coolest people I've ever talked to. And the Intercut podcast. Rachel's Reviews. We've met in person a handful of times. Respect their work. I obviously the big one for me is don't tell it. You blow up his ego. You blow up his head. And then 3C Films. Can't forget about 3C Films, Chris. We got to see each other again. That was awesome. Hadn't seen him in so long. You know, respect the heck. How do you not respect 3C Films and the grind that he's always on? But don't tell John. I said it's John, the flick pick. You know, I like to give him a hard time. But yeah, if you guys aren't following the flick pick, that's, you know, you got to follow the flick pick. You got to follow the flick pick. Come on. Just don't tell him I said that. But yeah, there are so many great people on this site that I know, that I respect, but the ones that I don't know, like I've never met Dan Murrell, but I respect the heck out of his reviews. You know, obviously Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman, they're the OGs, but in terms of we've been here for 10 years, you know, people like a Dan Murrell that I think are just spectacular reviewers and very knowledgeable reviewers, you know, those types of people. But I know a lot of them, though. in my personal life. So I feel like I have a lot of biases. It's like if somebody's like, hey, should I go follow random reviewer with 1 million subscribers or the Flick Pick? I'm going to say, yeah, the Flick Pick, because I like the Flick Pick. And then I know he does a good job on his videos, but I know him, so I am biased. Yeah, gotta love John Flickinger. Let's see, any other recommendations here? Ever met Jeremy Jahns? No, I never met Jeremy Jahns. I've never met him. That'd be cool. It'd be sweet. I'm not going to go out of my way to meet him. I'm sure he's got things to do, but I've never met Jeremy Jahns. We've got, I used to like Chris Stuckman, but he seems a little pretentious after he went to film school. Just my opinion. That's fair. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. The Critical Drinker, I've never really watched. I've heard of The Critical Drinker. I've never really watched him before, though. But people on Twitter talk about him all the time. Let's see. Hey, Austin. I hope you've been well. Did you see the trailer for Poor Things, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos? And we do have some super chats that I'm going to go back to right now. I did. And look, I don't know what this movie's going to be. I have no clue. It looks like Wes Anderson on crack. That's what it looks like. It looks like Wes Anderson on crack. I have no freaking clue what this movie's going to be, but I'm interested. I'm curious. I don't know what the movie's going to be, but I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. By the way, guys, I think we're at 65 likes, man. We're 10 away from 75. I think we can get to 75 likes, baby. Get this stream up to 75. Be amazing. Sean Chandler. Yeah, Sean Chandler, obviously. Very good to me. Sean, Cody, 3C, Flick Pick, all of those guys. Just amazing human beings. I met Perry Nemiroff. She was super nice. Super nice. I've met her a couple times. Super nice. As nice as advertised. Coy genre. I know he's not a critic, but great content creator. Met him. Super nice. A lot of great people on here. Is that how you brought your lamp behind you? Yeah, this lamp goes everywhere with me. Every Airbnb I've been to, every Airbnb, I brought that lamp with me. Let's see. Got so many great questions here, guys. I'm trying my best to get to as many as I can. Cringe Master says, what's your favorite superhero off screen? Batman, but that's so simple. Batman's such a simple answer. Batman on screen, I'd say Captain America. You know, I love. I'm trying to think of like more deep cut superheroes that I love. I'm gonna say I'm a big Booster Gold fan. I like Booster Gold. I wouldn't say he's my favorite. I loved the Fantastic Four comics growing up. Those were some of my favorite Marvel comics. I think those are some of the best Marvel comics, to be honest with you. And I'm a big Teen Titans fan. Always loved the Teen Titans growing up. I think the animated show in the early 2000s is what kind of cemented that for me. I think it's an amazing show. But some of the Teen Titans comics have been really, really good. I didn't get into Titans, the live action show. I thought the first season was okay, but I never really went past that. So it's a good question, though. And John says, everything I know about soccer is from Ted Lasso. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about soccer from Ted Lasso. Beyond that, I think I'm with you, John. All right, so the blue futon. Here we go. Now, we had a question a while ago, and they said, do you get paid to review movies? And this is your example of yes. The blue futon with the Disney check. Spider-Man at 98, Spot was uneven. Miles can get away from all the spider people, and how long has he had his powers? Drags or overstays in some scenes. Spider-Punk is annoying. How dare you? That's why we mad. Elemental at least a 65, please. All right, Disney, with your Disney check, I can do a 65 for Elemental, but you have to throw in a free ticket to the world premiere. I don't ask for much, Blue Futon, aka my Disney check, but you have to throw in a world premiere ticket. If I don't get that, we're talking a 20%. We're talking a 20% for Elemental. Take it or leave it. That's my deal to you. Now, in terms of these Spider-Man criticisms, Spot when it was uneven? What? No, Disney, no. Miles can get away from all the spider people. Yeah, he can, because he's not supposed to be a Spider-Man. He doesn't think like the other Spider-Man, right? But inside, he may just be the best of all of them. You know, drags and overstays on some scenes. I disagree. I loved every scene in that movie. Spider-Punk is annoying. I think the only annoying thing about Spider-Punk is the fact that the voice was a little modulated in the theater, but they sent a new version out to theater. So let's see, Disney. You know, you should be happy, Disney. Take notes from the multiverse in Across the Spider-Verse. Take notes, because that's the best multiverse we've ever seen on the big screen. And I'm talking Multiverse of Madness. I'm talking No Way Home. I'm talking The Flash. I've seen all those movies, and Across the Spider-Verse is the best multiverse we've ever seen. That being said, I did really like the multiverse in The Flash. I think that's cool, kind of the way it's presented. I enjoyed the multiverse in The Flash. I just heard a crash down there, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard that. But I can't wait to see how they cap it in Beyond the Spider-Verse. And, you know, understandably so, some of these criticisms, and I know Blue Futon, you're just pulling my leg, but some of these criticisms could kind of come to light during a second watch of Across the Spider-Verse, because obviously your hype's so high when you're going into a movie like this. You don't necessarily, it's almost like you have these goggles on, but at the same time, a lot of the times when I do have those goggles on, I feel like I'm more critical. So maybe my score goes up for Across the Spider-Verse. That's what I find sometimes is, you know, sometimes the score goes down. It's like, that didn't hit me as hard the second time, or I'm thinking about it a bit more this time. But sometimes the score goes up. I think a great example for that this year for me was Guardians of the Galaxy. My score raised ever so slightly on second watch. And yeah, I'm very curious to see, you know, if Disney or if any superhero movie can top Spider-Verse this year or next year. I just don't know if it's possible, to be honest with you. Do you prefer There Will Be Blood or No Country for Old Men? You know, both amazing, both 10 out of 10s. I'm going to put No Country ever so slightly above that. But that question hurts me. That question hurts me because they're both in my top 50 movies of all time. Both of my top 50 movies. Let's see here now. Bro, I want to watch a movie now. What will it be? Please recommend something, please. Man, oh boy. I would love to do a random deep pull right now. I mean, it all depends on your mood. It really does all. I could go 1,000 different directions. Go watch Parasite. I mean, you've probably seen Parasite. Go watch Parasite. Go watch Uncut Gems. Go watch Marriage Story. What's the common denominator between all these movies? I'm in a 2019 mood. Go watch The Irishman if you have 3 hours. Go watch, what else came out in 2019 that I love? This is fun. This is really fun. I think I've already go watch 1917. I believe that's on Showtime? Is it Showtime or is it Stars? It's on one of those. Showtime or Stars. Go watch one of those films. Because for me, 2019 was the best movie or the best year for movies that I can remember. It was amazing. Literally some of the best of the decade, all in one year. Some of the best of the last 10 years, all in one year. And there were 3 or 4 films that could have won Best Picture and I would have been happy with. Obviously, Parasite, I was happy with. But I would have been happy with 1917. I would have been happy with Marriage Story, Uncut Gems. That's not even mentioning like Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Some of those, you know, Peanut Butter Falcon came out that year. A phenomenal movie. Speaking of Shia LaBeouf, Honey Boy came out that year. You know, we often talk about some of the best years for movies. I would put 2019 up there with all of them. It's an all-time year. So I say watch a movie from that year. All because of that question, but it's a great question. Would you appear in a video with Red Letter Media Crew? I think it would be the best or worst movie YouTube video ever. I don't know if is that a good thing, a bad thing? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like they don't need guests. They have their own thing. They're really good at what they do. I feel like they don't need guests. I feel like I would just make it worse, to be honest with you. Paramount Chick. Thanks for calling out Disney. Crazy the checks that gives the Disney gives Austin. I know. I'm telling you what. TLM a 70. Oh boy. The Little Mermaid is 70. Transformers is 68. I'm sorry. Austin would rather see The Little Mermaid than Transformers again. Lies. Disney show. Listen. If I had my druthers, all right, if I had to choose to see again Transformers or Little Mermaid, I would go Transformers. Transformers. Because that appeals more to me. And I'm a 20, going on 28-year-old guy. I like big booms, big explosions, cars, all the cool things that I like. As a movie, I could argue that Little Mermaid is a better constructed film because the characters' journey, the characters themselves, I thought the musical numbers were great. The visuals were a bit less on the, surprisingly enough, a bit less on the bland side than what I expected, because I saw that Little Mermaid trailer and I said, nope, it's going to be bland. And it wasn't. It was colorful. It was beautiful. It started out a little bland for the first 25 minutes, and then it turned into this colorful musical extravaganza. And I'm like, yeah, that worked. So I would say The Little Mermaid's a better movie. That being said, I would watch Transformers again because cars, explosions, boom. Cars, explosions, and the booms. I would choose to watch Transformers again. But I think The Little Mermaid may just be a better film, a better picture. But they're both on the same level, in my opinion, of quality. Favorite movie of the year so far. Talked about that a little bit earlier, Millie Gaming, but I would say Across the Spiderverse and then Air and John Wick Chapter 4. Very, very close to each other. Right there, neck and neck, rubbing shoulders. What do the kids say? I don't know what they say. Let's make sure I didn't miss any super chats here, guys. Oh, I think we had another one from Will that I missed. Will, I missed your super chat. I am so sorry. If you could choose one Marvel and DC character to get a 10 out of 10 film on the level, oh my God, of Spider-Verse, The Dark Knight, who would you choose? I'd choose Daredevil and Black Mask. Man, that's a great question. Will, that's one of the best questions I've had in a long time. So, man, it's a lot to choose between. I think because of the stresses and the anger and the rage of not having a proper Fantastic Four film, I would love to see a 10 out of 10 Fantastic Four movie. I think that would be everything I've ever dreamed of as a Marvel fan, as a superhero fan, as an MCU fan. I would love to see a 10 out of 10 Fantastic Four film, genuinely, with all of my heart. And I don't know if this movie is going to be that. I don't know if they're going to overly rely on CGI. I don't know how it's going to work, how it's going to be constructed. We don't even know if the cast is what the cast is rumored to be. And sorry, well, I'll take you off the screen there. But I would say Fantastic Four. Now, for DC, I could go in 1,000 different directions. Part of me wants to stay in the Bat family, but I kind of don't want to. Man. You know, I always would have said The Flash, and that wasn't a 10 out of 10 movie, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought they did a nice job with it. Let's go Green Lantern. After the pain and suffering that we went through with Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, it was terrible, right? How about bringing us something that's game-changing? That's kind of like big, grand, epic blockbuster with the Green Lantern core, you know, and bring them all on screen. You can do Jon Stewart, you could do Hal Jordan, you could do Kyle Renner, you can do any of those guys. But whoever we choose to focus on, let's get the Green Lantern core. Let's get all its... we could even bring back the same villains that we used in Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. But let's make it right. With a big, beautiful sci-fi direction. God, imagine a Green Lantern movie with the Green Lantern values and you know, kind of the messages that we get from some of the comic books in the style of what Denis Villeneuve brings to screen in Dune. Those colors that pop, the cinematography that's amazing, the battle sequences, and obviously it's not going to be the same constructed, same type of film, but in that style, in that visual style with Green Lantern in space. Oh my God. Come on. It would be amazing. Be absolutely amazing. So give me something like that for Green Lantern. And obviously, Fantastic Four would be amazing if they got it right. But who knows? Who knows if they're going to get it right? Let's see here. If you had a director swap any of the films of Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, what films would you pick? Oh, good question, Martin. I would like to see I wouldn't call it a swap exactly, but I would like to see what Denis Villeneuve would have done with Inception or Tenet. And obviously, I'd keep Nolan's version of Inception in a heartbeat. But I'd like to see Villeneuve try out one of those movies and just see, maybe Tenet would be different, maybe better. I liked Tenet more than a lot of people, but maybe better. And then on the other side of things, man, I would like to see Nolan do something like Prisoners. And I would never pick another director to take Prisoners from Denis Villeneuve, but I would like to see what Nolan would do with a story like that, what Nolan would do with intensity like that, like what we see in Prisoners. So Nolan's version of Prisoners, Villeneuve's version of Tenet? I'll say Tenet. I'd be interested to see if he could change it and make it a little more accessible for certain audience members. Now, that's not what Villeneuve is known for. It's kind of what Nolan's known for, in a way, making complex ideas feel more accessible, even though they're all complex ideas. It's like Nolan can't do anything without making it a little complex, but I love it. He's my second favorite director working, but Denis Villeneuve's my first. So let's see what they could do with those films. I think that would be fascinating. Mike with the super chat. Mike, thanks for the super chat. I believe we're at 70 likes. We've hit the 70 mark. That's amazing, guys. Maybe we can get to 80. I don't know. If we can get to 80 likes, that'd be cool. That'd help out the YouTubes. But thank you guys for liking the video. Thanks for leaving comments and asking questions like what Mike says. He says Battle Royale. Threegan, which is a movie that came out in January by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen Threegan. Have you guys seen that movie? Versus Baby Groot versus Danny DeVito's Penguin. DeVito's Penguin's dead. He's dead. He's gonna try to eat Groot or something, or he's dead. So it's basically Groot as a baby. And we saw that rage-filled scene in Guardians 2. It's not an easy fight for Threegan, even though he's a baby. And then Threegan is an evil, artificial, intelligent robot, but I just feel like Groot's going to be able to handle his own here. I feel like Groot's going to sprout out some tree fingers or some root fingers and like throw Threegan across the room and hang her off of a tall building and then drop her, and she just slams and breaks. I feel like it's going to be not simple, Mike, but I think Baby Groot's got this. DeVito's Penguin's dead, just like one tree branch through the throat. Boom. Dunzo. Now those other two, that's a different story, but I'm gonna go Baby Groot. Give me Baby Groot. Let's see here. Okay. You only read super chats. I've asked many times. Listen, DJ Fifth Light. I'm trying to get to as many questions as I can. I can't see all the questions. I haven't seen your question yet, so I don't know what you're talking about. But if you ask a question now, I will try my best to answer it. Here we go. I just found it because I had to scroll up and I had to look really hard. But I found it, DJ Fifth Light. Hello. Hi. Don't get mad at me because I saw another chat and I think you're mad at me. But I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying. How can I start doing movie and TV show reviews? I just recently found your channel. Also, do movie critics get early releases? For movies like Gamers Get Games? The answer is yes. Yes. Critics do get early screenings. I do get screenings for TV shows and movies, and I don't get all of them because of where I'm located in the United States. I can't travel to all of them because they're pretty far away from me, but I do get the option to go. But my best advice is, first of all, don't get mad when people don't answer questions on a live stream. That's my first advice. My second advice is just try to get videos out as early as you can with the maintaining of quality in your videos. But also don't get frustrated when the views aren't there and things aren't working out for you. And because I still get frustrated. I just got frustrated the other day because I didn't see Transformers early. And because I didn't see Transformers early, I was like the last guy to review Transformers. And so nobody really cared about my review. And that's frustrating. It really is frustrating. So even I deal with stuff like that. But I think it's staying patient and realizing that people still watch and they still show up for you, DJ. And if you start your channel, you get one or two people that show up for you, that's a start. That's a start. Don't look at the numbers and think that it's only 20 views. Well, that's 5 of those people could be people that really care about you, and they come back and they come back. So that's awesome. I think maintaining and building community and making people feel like they're allowed to share their opinion. I mean, obviously you got people that are really mean, and I deal with those people. I used to not deal with them. I deal with them now because it's like, why are you acting like that? Go piss off. Go do something else. But if you share your opinion, whether it's the same as mine or different than mine, I feel like you hopefully feel like you're welcome to do that. So, DJ, I would say build that as a positive of whatever your channel is. Make people feel like, they can say whatever as long as they're nice about it. Respectful. I think that's important. Movie Dean. Go to drink at a movie theater minus Coke because I'm boring. Hey, that's not boring. Mine's Coke. I love me a good Coke. Now, lately I've been in a Sprite Sprite phase. I don't know why. I've been feeling Sprite every time I go to a movie theater, but I used to be a Coke guy. Sometimes I change it up. I can't do too much Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper, but I can't do too much. For some reason, it like messes with my acid reflux. There is, I don't know if you guys have ever had it. There's a thing called a graveyard where you tell them, hey, I want a graveyard. I want you to mix every pop except for the diets. As a kid, I would get that every time I would go to the movie. Now, I don't know if that's an Eastern Kentucky thing. I'm sure it's just everybody knows about a graveyard. I'm sure it was a kid thing for me. It was a thing that I did as a kid, but I kind of want to go back to that, Movie Dean. I think that would be great. Just mix them all up, baby. Just give me one of that, little Fanta, little Dr. Pepper, because it feels like a kid thing to do, but at the same time, I'm a kid at heart, Why not? Let's see here. Man, we got some great. What's your favorite Guardians of the Galaxy film? I have settled on number 3 as my favorite. And that wasn't the case when I did my original ranking in YouTube short form. But after a couple of rewatches, I think 3 is my favorite now. Jojo Rabbit, Ford v Ferrari, Endgame. Yeah, 2019, John. Yeah, how did I forget those movies? Ford v Ferrari, especially. Obviously, Endgame, amazing. Ford v Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit. All of those are fantastic, John. I'm glad you brought those up because I'm really sad that I missed those. Let's see. Let's go back up here. God, DJ, you keep ignoring my question by too many ads, and you use the wrong form of two, DJ. Come on, it's TOO. But patience, DJ. You gotta have patience. You can't get mad at somebody for not seeing your question. Come on. But that's okay. I understand. You're asking questions. That's great. Let's see. We got somebody asking a crazy question that has nothing to do with movies. Robert says, DJ, I would watch Sean Chandler's video breakdown of how to start a channel. Austin may not answer your question. He may not have time because he's got a lot of questions. Yes, Robert, I do have a lot of questions. I tried to answer the best I could, but there's so much more that goes into it than that. And I was actually on Sean's website that he has of how to start build a nerdy YouTube channel. I was actually on 3 of his videos, and then we've done panels before. So yeah, Sean's got a great destination for questions like that. And you're probably going to see me on some of those videos. So it's a really cool place to go. It really is. Top 5 movies of all time. Please, that's always a great question. I'll tell you this. Go to my Letterbox page. I have a list of my favorite movies of all time. Forever changing. That's why I don't want to answer right now. It's forever changing. It's always shifting. There's always a new movie, not necessarily on top, but there's always a new movie entering the top 5. Movies include Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, The Dark Knight, Ferris Bueller's in there somewhere, Inception's in there somewhere. It's not in the top 5, but I think it's somewhere in the top 10. I'm just giving you a loose ranking here. Arrival's in there, around the top 5 spot. The Social Network's in there. 12 Angry Men is in there. I think there are a couple of movies I'm forgetting about. Sing Street. Let's not forget about Sing Street. We can never forget about Sing Street. Man, there's so many great movies that are always changing and shifting on my favorite movies of all time list. But I'm working on a top 100. And when I get that top 100, we're going to be making videos on this channel. Those videos are going to be amazing. Austin, if you do a Transformers ranked, Jacoby P, thanks for being here. If you do a Transformers ranked, will there actually be a Linkin Park joke? Knowing me and knowing my dumbness, yes, there will probably be a Linkin Park joke. Chloe says, more tier lists, Austin. Funny you say that, Chloe. I'm thinking of doing a Transformers movies ranked tier list. Maybe. May just do a short, but it may do that as well. We'll see. For some odd reason, we're talking movie theater drinks, is pink lemonade. That's not a bad one. That's not bad. I like pink lemonade. Cherry Coke and Coke mix. Yes, it matters. Interesting, Mike. I love both of those things. Let's see. What's your opinion on IMDb top rated movies? Yeah, I think there's some amazing films on there. Amazing films. That being said, a lot of the scores are inflated. A lot of the scores are not inflated. A lot of 10s, a lot of 1s, no consistency. Can't tell who's spamming reactions. Can't tell who's spamming ratings. There have been, movies this year. The Peter Pan and Wendy. Let's see, the Peter Pan and Wendy movie, crazy drama where people were going and dislike bombing the movie, and it wasn't a great movie. It was okay. It was fine, but to dislike bomb something and then to like bomb something and to inflate the score and to deflate the score, there's so much of that, and I don't like it. I'm not a big fan, so let's just stop doing that. So a lot of those movies on that list are probably inflated, like Interstellar. I remember when Interstellar came out. That's all the Nolan fans go give it 10 stars. Now look, I love me some Interstellar. That is at least a 9 out of 10. Okay, so that's honestly, it's an amazing movie, but that score was inflated, and it's sitting there on the top 50 movies of all time. So, I can't take it too seriously, but some amazing movies. Shawshank at number 1. I can't look down at that. I can't fault that. Bro, you ever bored watching movies? Sorry for asking, just curious. That's not a not a bad thing. I don't ever get bored of watching movies in general, but I do get bored of watching like 2 or 3 in a row, and then I'm like, it's too much. I've scaled back over the years. I used to be a nut job crazy person. I would watch 5 movies in a day for this YouTube channel. And, when I graduated college, I thought things would get easier, and they got harder. There were more responsibilities. And I go from college to marriage, and marriage to real job, and real job back to this, and now this to being a dad. So I can't do what I used to do. But when I try to do too many rows, sometimes it gets a little like, it's a little too much. But pace myself, take breaks. I think that's what I try to do to not wear myself a little too thin. John says, number 1 will always be Marmaduke for us. Marmaduke will always be the greatest film of all time. Swathy says, Whiplash and No Country for Old Men. Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought those up. Those are awesome. In my top 5. Whiplash is very close to number 1. No Country for Old Men. It's very close to number 1. Both 2 of my favorite films ever. Whiplash, one of the best films ever. Absolutely, Eli. 100%. One of the best movies I've ever seen. Sorry, I keep asking questions. Do not ever apologize. Don't spam, but don't ever apologize for asking questions. You guys ask great questions. But I want to know from a professional if my opinion is accurate, from a professional who knows movies. Oh, no. Listen. First of all, I am not a professional anything. A professional moron. But no, I don't ever apologize for asking questions. I try to be as informative as possible, but I don't ever, sit back and say I'm the end all be all know it all movie guy, because I'm not. Wish I was, but I'm not. I like watching movies, but sometimes I feel that people already watch the movies, and I have no time to finish this. What was your opinion about my feeling? I assume you mean like you start something, you can't finish it, you don't have time to watch all the movies. Look, not everyone's going to see every movie every year all the time. I try to see as many as I can. It's lessened over the years. My goal this year is to still try to see around the 180 mark, 200 mark, something like that. But heck, people who see 40 movies in a year, new releases, that's awesome. That is amazing. See, I don't feel like you have to see everything. There's always going to be movies people want you to see. And I want to see those movies, but gonna have to start cloning myself, I think. After Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, what writer-director would you choose to replace Gunn's mantle if Marvel decides to continue the franchise in some capacity? For me, it would be J.J. Abrams or Matthew Vaughn. Great choices there. Great choices. I would like to see, those are two great choices. Travis Knight. I would like to see Travis Knight. And obviously the animation background, great. But he did Bumblebee. And I thought Bumblebee was a very well directed, very well, and talking less from a writer's standpoint, more from a director's standpoint. But I'd like to see Travis Knight come in and take on a big sci-fi superhero movie. Maybe Guardians from James Gunn. I thought Bumblebee had heart. I thought I had some nice emotions. I liked the human characters. I liked the animated characters. Let's go Travis Knight. That's my choice. That's my option for a Guardians of the Galaxy replacement person. There was an Insta account doing top movies of all time. Turning the final two were The Dark Knight and Interstellar. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And look, The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best movie of all time because it's not. It's not. It's maybe my favorite, but it's not one of the best. It's probably like top 50 best though. Interstellar, no. But see, that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of recency bias in there. A lot of people voting that haven't seen a ton of movies, and so it's like, I see things like that. I'm like, it's probably not great. Chloe Austin. Do you have comfort movies? Ones that you can watch whenever you see they're on TV or streaming? Of course. Growing up, my comfort movies, funny enough, Zoolander. I'm not kidding. Zoolander. This is growing up. Keep in mind, I haven't seen Zoolander in a bit, but Zoolander was a comfort movie. It's a great comfort movie for me. Any Jim Carrey comedy was comforting growing up. Any Jim Carrey comedy. Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, any Jim Carrey movie. I mean, we start getting to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a comforting movie for me. Okay, that's an amazing film. But yeah, a lot of good classic comedies. Oh, I'll tell you the ultimate one. Tommy Boy. That movie is so funny. It's so entertaining. The relation, Farley and Spade, you can't recreate that chemistry and dynamic today. You just can't. It's Spade and Farley and Spade. The dynamic comedic duo of that time period, that era, in my opinion. Just an amazing, amazing time. And I would throw that on, and my mom would throw that on when I was growing up, and I always thought it was so funny. Oh, my God. But the ultimate one, I think I always go back to, is Ferris Bueller. And I know I'm doing a lot of comedies. But comedies, they make me happy. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so funny. Great coming-of-age story. Matthew Broderick is giving maybe the greatest performance in terms of characters that I relate to in the vein of I want to be him. I wanted to be Ferris Bueller growing up. And I tried it my senior year. I tried to be him. I tried to do the thing. I tried to be the cool kid, skip school and do all that stuff. And I did accomplish a couple of things, but that's the character I resonate with. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Love it. Amazing. Come on. Good question, Chloe. Any interest in making a film, directing, writing? And that is a super chat from Carter, Scotland, Alan. Great question, Carter, Scotland, Alan. Yeah, listen. One day, I believe one day, if I get the opportunity, I would love to be involved with behind the camera. I've always been a fan of cinematography. I really have. I have absolutely loved the idea of shaping and creating the visual style of a movie. And directing is involved in that. Writing is tough. Writing's very difficult because it's drafting, proofreading. So many things, so many different steps, and cinematography is also a lot of steps and a lot of this, a lot of that. But at the same time, I'm a visual learner. So I respond to mapping things out and drawing things out in terms of visually. And I think cinematography, I resonate with that just because of kind of my process, my brain functioning, when it comes to learning and seeing things and keeping things in your brain. And so cinematography is what I kind of feel like I would be good at or even be in love with, to be honest with you. So that's kind of where my head's at right now is one day cinematography in a movie. Let's see where we go. And I also we did some short films in college. I loved doing the cinematography on those short films. I mean, just so much fun. I was also the director. I was the director and cinematographer, and sometimes I would star in the short films, but it was like, I can't do it all, Can't. Caleb, I'm going to come back to your super chat here in just a second. Read some of these other ones. You motivated me to watch more movies. That's awesome. That's amazing. Chris Pratt as Austin Burke for a biopic for Netflix. That's it's hilarious. I'd take that. No Country for Old Men is just fantastic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Box office prediction for The Flash. I would love to see 85, 90. I'd love to see that. Little nervous, though. Little nervous. I'm thinking maybe my dog. What is my dog doing today? I'm thinking maybe 70-ish, 5-ish, 75. 85 would be great. 95. I don't think we can hit 100, but 85, 95, something like that would be awesome. What about Back to the Future? If there was a perfect movie, that is what it would be called. Yeah, look, I can't go wrong with Back to the Future. That's in my top 50 movies of all time. It's in my top 50. So it's an amazing, for what that film was trying to be, I don't know what else it could have done. I really don't know. Elemental reviews are surprisingly positive. Yeah, I haven't really looked into the reviews yet of Elemental, but I can't wait to see it. Is Succession worth the hype? Yes. Yes. Every ounce of hype Succession is worth. I was watching Zheng Yi, and I could not finish it. I reviewed it on Letterbox, but I felt bored watching it. Could not finish it. Did you feel that way too? Well, I finished it. I didn't love it. It was not very good, to be honest with you. But I did finish it. It was just, yeah, I agree. It was kind of boring. It just didn't really do it for me, to be honest with you. Let's see here. John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons was basically Medieval Guardians. I'd like to see. You know what? That's great, G. Colby P. That is a great call. Those two directing the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, because Dungeons and Dragons, which, funny enough, I watched Dungeons and Dragons again last night and thought it was amazing. I really, it's okay. Amazing is a strong word, but in terms of my expectations for that movie, I thought it was going to be bad. Even though I saw the game night directors, I thought it was going to be a bad movie. Watched the first time, I'm like, that's a pretty great movie. I feel the same way now. It's in my top 10 of the year. It won't be there by the time the year ends, but expectations like down here, the movie was up there. And to get two directors involved in that to do the new Guardians film, I'd be there. Somebody said, there you go. You've got 95 likes. You're pretty much, guys, get it to 100 likes. Oh, no. Were you one of those? Were you many of those? We don't need spam. That's the last thing we need. But no, thank you guys for liking the videos. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, we got 95. How we get 95 likes? That's crazy. Thank you guys for liking the stream. I really appreciate it. Liar, Liar, talking Jim Carrey movies. Yes, man. Liar, Liar is such a good movie. Fat guy in little coat. Oh my God, I love Tommy Boy. I kind of want to watch Tommy Boy tonight. I want to go watch Tommy Boy tonight. Oh, Austin Burke, you're my hero. Ferris Bueller's the ultimate feel-good movie. It is, Caleb. It's the ultimate feel-good movie. Let's see here. Jimmy says, do you have any guilty pleasures as a guy minus cheesy rom-coms? I have guilty, and I say it all the time. The first two Scooby-Doo movies, guilty pleasures. I think they're really entertaining. I loved Cat in the Hat growing up. It's terrible, but I loved it. And I feel no guilt about loving that movie growing up. It was so bad, but so good. Maybe the first Fantastic. I mean, look, I've never liked any of the Fantastic Four movies. I don't think they're very good in terms of quality, but as a kid growing up with nostalgia, I have some nostalgia for that first Fantastic Four film. Kind of a guilty pleasure there. Some cheesy action movies from the early 2000s. Austin Powers and Goldmember. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. People don't like that movie. They say the first two are great. The third one doesn't exist, all this stuff. And it's like, I thought the third one was funny. And as a matter of fact, Ace Ventura 2. People do not like Ace Ventura 2. I think it is hilarious, and I love Ace Ventura 2. Do I feel guilty about that? No, I do not. How much do you factor in rewatchability when scoring and ranking movies? The legacy love for a film means a lot. For example, Schindler's List is great, but I will likely never want to watch it again. It's a good question. Really good question. I factor in how much a movie resonates with me. I give that a score. But oftentimes, that is the one score I look at as a part of my grand score that's going to go up. Because I can walk out of a film and my resonate score, sleep on it. Let's sleep on it, see what happens. I wake up and I'm like, it didn't stick with me as much as I thought it would. So it's a 7. Still good. It's a 7. 3 days later, I'm thinking, I haven't really stopped thinking about this movie. And that's a weird feeling. So I'm going to up that to an 8 or even a 9. And I've done that before with movies. Up that resonate score, man. How much does it stick with you? But what you're asking is rewatchability. And for something like Schindler's List, that doesn't affect the score for Schindler's List, how much I want to rewatch it. It's more so, how does it stick with me? Because if it sticks with me, whether I want to rewatch it or not, but if something is uber rewatchable, like I would say maybe the new Spiderverse movie will be rewatchable. We'll see. If it is super rewatchable, then I factor that into my entertainment score and my emotion score, because my emotions tell me you gotta go back and see this movie again and again and again. And so that's where kind of that factors into my score. So I guess it kind of does affect my score, but I'm not going to dock a movie like Schindler's List for not being the most rewatchable movie in the world, because that's what it's intending on doing. God, it's a great question. Good. Do good. Good question. Do good. Let's go back to these super chats here. I want to make sure I get to them before we end the stream, and we're going to be doing that sooner rather than later. I usually go an hour. We've went an hour. We've went an hour and 22 minutes. So if you guys have questions, you want to save them for next week. Actually, if you want to save them for probably like next Tuesday, because this upcoming weekend, I'm going to be really, really, really busy, and I'm going to be really tired. Because let's just say it's going down in the Burke household. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do another one of these live streams. I would say a little over, I'd say about a week and 3 days from now. So I'm looking at maybe that Monday of that week, but there's going to be something happening and I don't know. So we'll see when I see you guys live again. It's going to be a busy week because this week I will be preparing videos. And then maybe I'll take a week off. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Damon said, live stream during birth. Don't be a coward. My wife would murder me. But that makes me want to do it more. So let's do a little birth. Let's do a little live stream during birth. That'd be great. You guys would be, hey, what if you guys were the first ones to see my daughter? That would be super cool. Not for my family, but they wouldn't like that. But that would be cool. I mean, come on. Damon said, imagine the numbers. I'm just going to title the live stream Birth. And I'm going to let everybody else figure it out. What's this? Oh my God. And they click on it and it's just devastating. I would. Oh my God. That would be amazing. Oh man. Yeah. So it's going to be a busy time for me. But the plan is to get a lot of videos out in that time because, I'm going to be home for a while. I'll say that much. My wife's going to be home for a while. That's for sure. So he said, birth. It's just, I titled the live stream Birth. James Brown says, do you know the way? Do you know the way? Do you know the way? Oh, man. Meme. I love meme. G. Colby P says, it's a girl. Do you think, and I'm going to get to the super chats, promise. Do you think when a franchise like Marvel does the multiverse concept, it means they've run out of ideas, lowering the stakes, and as a way to bring back old characters to cash in on nostalgia? Well, of course, G. Colby P, they have to cash in on nostalgia. That's important for studios because the goal of a movie is to make money. Directors aren't going to tell you that because directors are, it could be a passion project, but studios are going to say, yeah, we want to make money. So we're going to find a way to make money. You bring back a nostalgic character, that's going to make you some money. And so I think that's part of the multiverse concept. And I think part of it is money. But at the same time, if you do it right, and I think if some of these movies have done it right, Spiderverse being the best example, then you could have a quality concept and a quality product there. And I think that's really freaking cool. Spider 15, thanks for asking the question. Cool profile pic. So my question to you is, do you think Tom's Spider-Man character arc story from No Way Home was as good as Miles' character arc in Into the Spider-Verse? And do you think Peter B. Parker was the best one out of both movies? Oh, God, it's a great question. Man, I think Miles is better, to be honest with you. I like the fact that Tom's Spidey took 3 movies to do an origin story. That's cool. Miles' origin story was kind of knocked out in one film. But I just thought the way that they did it was so beautiful. And they're still kind of in it technically, but he's very established at this point in time. Tom, he went through a lot, but didn't really become the Spider-Man that we know and love, and didn't really become an adult until No Way Home. And you got to have the death to complete the origin. And Aunt May's death was kind of the completion of that origin story. So I believe it was a great thing that they did with Tom's character, and I think without No Way Home, I wouldn't be as impressed. But No Way Home, I think, did an amazing job of kind of completing that origin story for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. That being said, I love what they did with Miles. I was obsessed with what they did with Miles in Into and Across the Spider-Verse. So I'd say he has this better story. Peter B. Parker's an amazing character. An amazing character. It's hard to compare him to Tom's Peter. I'll just say I love both. I can't choose right now. It's a great question, though. It's a great question. Let's see here. Do you think Air has a chance for getting nominated for Best Picture? I think it's got a shot. We'll see what else comes out this year. It's going to be tough. At the height of its powers, when it released a couple months ago, I was pretty like, yeah, it's going to get it. Now that and I still love it. It's my number 2 of the year. But now that the hype has kind of died down, I'm thinking how many more amazing movies are going to come out this year? And the answer is, I don't know. Let's get to these super chats here. Caleb. Hi, Austin. Do you watch anime? I don't personally, but recently I watched Attack on Titan. I was thinking you and Sean specifically would enjoy it. Well, it's funny you say that, Caleb, because Attack on Titan is one of my favorite animes of all time. Just amazing. Demon Slayer, it's tough because Demon Slayer, we're in a different spot. With Attack on Titan, it's like you're wrapping everything up where we've made it to the end. And I finally caught up a little bit on that as well. It's an amazing anime. And you're absolutely right, Caleb. It is one that I got sucked into so fast, and I'm just obsessed with it. I'm like, I want to see this, and I want to see it all, and I want to see it all in one night, but it's not physically or it's not humanly possible to see it all in one night. But Demon Slayer, amazing. I was always a big fan. Oh man, there's so many great animes. And then you get into the movie space. I was always a big fan of Dragon Ball growing up, by the way. You get in the movie space. Studio Ghibli and what they do is top notch. Spirited Away is a top 50 movie of all time. Your Name is a top 60 or 70 movie of all time for me. So 2 animes. Obviously, Your Name is not Studio Ghibli, but 2 anime films that are just spectacular. And then obviously anime TV shows, which are a bit different, but just spectacular nonetheless. Let's see. Austin B. Burke, Bringing a Daughter in the World. Peter B. Parker. It's going to be like the little baby on Spider-Verse. She's going to be swinging from webs. And she's going to get, I got bit by a Black Widow once. I swear, if she gets spider powers and I don't have spider powers, I'm going to be so pissed. But I'll have to just teach her what I know, and Hopefully she's, a lot stronger than I am. How much you want to bet I can throw a football over them over the mountains? What a reference. Let's see if anybody else picks that up. What is that reference? I want to see if the chat picks it up. That's great, Mike. Let's see here. Michael Cox. Michael! What's up, Michael? I haven't heard from you well, it's been a little bit, I guess. Currently, on my first paid pro acting job for the play that goes wrong. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All jokes aside, why do I feel like Oppenheimer and Barbie will change cinema forever? 2023 is going to be a game changer. I hope so, Michael. And here's what I'll say. And I'm not making the comparison to 2019 yet. But here's what I will say. 2019 started out good. We had Avengers Endgame and a couple of nice smaller films. Peanut Butter Falcon being one of those, and I think one more that came out a little earlier in the year. But then all of a sudden, it was banger after banger after banger after banger. It was Parasite, 1917, Marriage Story, freaking Ford v Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit. It was like one after another after another after another. And while 2023 has been, I think, good, there's not been, we've had Air, Guardians, John Wick. I thought Blackberry was a really nice surprise. I thought Evil Dead was a really good film. But, I'm waiting on the bangers, on the game changers, Michael. But I look at what's coming out this year. Killers of the Flower Moon. That could be a banger. Oppenheimer. That could be a banger. Mission Impossible. That could be a banger. Couple of A24 movies. Past Lives. I'm hearing Past Lives is easily one of the best movies of the year. We got a Wes Anderson movie coming out in a little bit. We've got movie after movie that looks like it could be just phenomenal movie after phenomenal movie. And that, for me, we have a David Fincher film coming out this year in The Killer. Guys, I don't want to sit back and make 2019 comparisons. And Doom Part 2. Oh my God, how did I forget Doom Part 2? I don't want to make 2019 comparisons, but if these movies that I just mentioned, all of these movies that I just mentioned, if they are all as great as they could be, then we could be looking at one of the best years of movies. Because the same thing as 2019, man. 2019, Endgame, amazing. Kind of started it all off, right? This year, I think of Guardians of the Galaxy. Great blockbuster. Kind of started it all off. I think do we have a John Wick movie in 2019? I think we did, right? We had amazing John Wick movie this year. And so the parallels already, and honestly, this year so far may have the upper hand because we've had Spiderverse. And I don't remember early on in 2019 a movie that was kind of reminiscent to Spider-Verse. So I'm like, okay, all right. We could be looking at something great here and it starts with Oppenheimer and Barbie, I guess, and Past Lives. And, it starts with this summer, to be honest with you. If these movies hit, oh boy, there you go. It's going to start hitting really, really hard. So yeah, I'm feeling great, man. Killers of the Flower Moon, yeah, feeling great. Knives Out and Booksmart, John. Yeah, John. Knives Out and Booksmart. Okay. Boy. I'm very, very excited to see what this year holds. I really am. I've not really thought about it in that way either, so I just got myself more excited. Hayden said, I'm just here for the sports section of the stream. Yes. Hayden, let's talk sports. Who wants to talk football? Anybody going once, going twice? Any Bengals fans in here? Any Bengals fans in the chat? I hate the Bengals. Leave. Just kidding. They're fine. Bengals fans are annoying. Any Steelers fans? That's me. I'm annoying, but I'm annoying in my own special way. And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to football. Do I know what I'm talking about with soccer, which a lot of people would consider football? I have no clue. But I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to football. Jimmy Burr says, go Steelers. Yes, Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. Steelers are the team I forget about. you shouldn't forget 6 Super Bowls. I mean, nobody forgets the Patriots 6 Super Bowls. Nobody's going to forget the Steelers 6 Super Bowls, which is tied for the most of all time. Let's see here. Denver Nuggets. Yeah, listen, I don't know who to root for in the finals, to be honest with you. I love Kentucky players. We got Murray. We've got Bam. Opposing Kentucky players. Tyler Hero is hurt, so I'm not counting him. So I'm rooting for a Kentucky player to win. That's what I'm rooting for, and I'm going to get my wish either way. Okay. You excited about the Cat in the Hat animated movie from Warner Brothers? Yeah, it could be interesting, but I'll tell you this, it's not going to be as good as the Mike Myers classic. Football is slowing down, but I got into baseball. Went to a Reds game, and it was sick. Oh, very cool. Very cool, Hayden. Yeah, I used to go to Reds games all the time. More of a Pirates fan than a Reds fan, but I don't hate the Reds like I hate the Bengals. They're fun to watch. Baseball games are fun. I went to a University of Kentucky baseball game a couple weeks ago, and it was actually pretty fun. I'm not very invested in baseball, to be honest with you, but it's fun. Go Steelers. I know more about baseball, though. Go O's. Yeah. Listen, John, I'm trying to get into baseball a little more, kind of feel that free time when we're in between, but I hate the in between, man. I start listening to the training camp podcasts for Pittsburgh, and it's too much, but I love it. So Broncos country, let's die. Hey, if there's one thing we can agree on, the Browns and the Steelers will be better than the Broncos this year. I think we can agree on that. Broncos country, let's die. Jimmy says Browns fans will make you think they have 6 Super Bowls by the way they talk. Yeah, there's some Browns fans that talk too much. But hey, listen, off-season champs, Jimmy. I love the enthusiasm. And honestly, Jimmy, I don't hate the Browns this year. I hate the Browns, but I don't hate their team this year. I think they're going to be okay. So, I mean, Pittsburgh's going to be better, obviously, like they have been for the last 30 years. But I think they're going to be okay. I really do. Especially if they get DeAndre Hopkins, which I hope not. Locked on Steelers pod is the best. That's a good one, Jimmy. I'll tell you another one. Steelers Depot. You want 2 knowledgeable, amazing people that know football and know Pittsburgh? Steelers Depot. Alex Kozora is a freaking analytical beast. The guy is very good at what he does. And I've talked to him before. All right. Let's do one more question. Got a top 5 2023 movies so far. Oh, yeah, I do. I've already mentioned my 3. Spiderverse, John Wick, Air. Air, I would put a little over John Wick. Let's see. I think the Covenant. Let's see. I want to make sure I get this right for you guys. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to go to my Letterbox. This Dead Air. Dead Air is amazing. The Covenant is 4. So I was thinking the Covenant's 4. Let me tell you number 5. And this is a movie that I did not review. Blackberry. Blackberry is really good, guys. Blackberry is a great movie. I'm going to put out a Letterboxd review tomorrow for Blackberry. I'm going to tell you guys why I enjoy it. So if you don't follow me on Letterboxd, go follow me on Letterboxd. Austin Burke, you'll find me. I want to talk about Blackberry. This movie's really good. And you know what? It may not stay in that 5 spot. It may move up to 4. It's a very good film. Very good film. Let's see here. Hayden said, so much brown trash talking. I didn't even say nothing. No trash talking. Listen, I think they'll be okay this year. I really do. And I don't say that every year, but I think they'll be okay. Let's see here. I think our division is ridiculous. If we get one person to think you get paid by Disney, it's a win. Totally worth the money. Good night, FYI Transformers Shield. I even got tattoos. Oh, that's cool. Hey, that's sweet. I want to see a Transformers tattoo. Is it an Autobot tattoo or a Decepticon? I want to see that. Transformers. Blackberry's in my top 3 this year. Yes. It's great, Fardeen. It's great. I mean, genuinely, a great movie. Very surprised. I thought you were going to say, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That's a great one, too. That one's in my top 10. I didn't quite love that as much as other people, but I think it's a great film. It's a great coming-of-age story, amazing performances, just really good. It's in my top 10. Do you know The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man! Is that a Shrek reference? I think it is. Aubrey Plaza is goated. Aubrey Plaza is really good. I love me some Aubrey Plaza. Absolutely love him. Let's see here. Let's do what? I keep saying that. Oh my God, we're an hour and 40 minutes. Oh my God. I think we, let's see. I guess the Steelers will not go 0-16 since Spider-Man got a 98. It isn't a 100 though. Yeah, see? It's not 100. 98's close though. Blue Futon. I forgot you said that. He said if I give it a 10 out of 10, they won't go, but 98's as close as I could get. I don't know if I can go up to 100, but it's as close as I can get. Let's see. Are you following any TV shows now? Not necessarily right now. I'm waiting for my screeners for The Witcher. And final question of the day. Final question of the day, guys, because I genuinely, my wife is probably like, why is he still up there? I don't know why he's up there. What amusement parks have you been to? So many. Disney World, Universal, Kings Island. There's one in West Virginia. What's the one in West Virginia called? God, how could I forget it? It's got the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. How can I forget what that was called? I used to go to it all the time growing up. Big Dipper, Little Dipper. You guys know. Come on. West Virginia. Country Road. Or maybe it's Virginia. I can't remember. Camden Park. Oh my God. That's the least safe theme park I've ever been to in my life. It's Camden Park. Oh, I missed a super chat. Cash said I missed a super chat. Cash, give me a second. That will be my last question of the day. Camden Park. What else? I went to Ocean. What's the Ocean World? And it's late. I can't think of any of the theme parks that I've been to. I've been to almost all of them on the East Coast. Now, West Coast, that's different. Never been to Disneyland. Never been to Universal in California. SeaWorld. What'd I call it? Ocean World? Boy, I've been talking for a while. What's Ocean World? Hey, if you guys are still here, by the way, and you want to drop a like on this video, a little thumbs up on this video, man, that'd mean a lot. I mean, look, we've passed 100 likes. It's amazing. But if you guys want to drop a like, freaking great. That would be great. It is late. My goodness. Hershey Park. Yes, I've been to Hershey Park, John. Yes, Hershey Park was so much fun. I've never been to Carowinds. Jimmy, I've never been to Carowinds. Don't they have a Kennyland or something in Pittsburgh or close to Pittsburgh, which is funny because now we got Kenny Pickett. Ocean Worlds. Gotta be a Florida park. Water World. What is SeaWorld? How can I not think of that? SeaWorld. Busch Gardens. Yeah, I've been to Busch Gardens. Yeah. But I've never been to Carowinds. And you know what else I've never been to? Cedar Point. I've always heard Cedar Point was the best theme park. Everybody says it. Everybody says Cedar Point's the best. Never been. I think they shut down. They had two of the tallest roller coasters in the world. I think they shut one of them down. I think it was Top Thrill Dragster was the tallest. That one's still up, I believe. But the other one, I think they shut down. So, yeah, I'm kind of a theme park nut. To be honest with you, I'm a theme park nut. I love me some theme parks, man. Love me some theme parks. But I gotta go to freaking. There are 2 or 3 I have to go to, but and I'd also like to see the distinction between Disney World and Disneyland. I would love to see that distinction because I as a kid, I'm like, it's the same thing. And then I see pictures and video. I'm like, nope, completely different. This is the different thing. Let's scroll up here, guys, and get Cash's super chat, which I missed. And I apologize, Cash. You should review theme parks. That would be fun. Oh, that would be fun. I love theme parks. Do a little vlog. That'd be fun. Man, I love theme parks. I really do. I refused to get on it when it was too much for me. I assume you're talking about Cedar Point, right, Cash? Oh boy. Oh, I am driving from Florida and we are going to Cedar Point. We're taking your newborn on a coaster. Yeah, listen. Oh my God, man. When she is of age, got to take her to Disney. I went to Disney as a kid. I went to Disney as a 6-year-old, and that like shaped my entire childhood. Got me more obsessed with, fantasy movies. And then I went to Universal and rode the Spider-Man ride, and I was done. My life was shaped. It was formed. I said I'm officially a superhero nut. So that was amazing. Let's see here, guys. Cedar Point is the best. Top Thrill Dragster is getting torn down. Oh, it's getting torn down? Oh, Paul, don't tell me that. Dang it, man. That stinks. Well, never got to ride it. Ah, that stinks. Cash. Final question. Watch Synecdoche, New York for the first time. So reality is no more. What a movie, what a performance by Philip Seymour Hoffman. God, what a film. Boy, what a movie. I mean, oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that's one that I got too late, Cash. And was that 2000 and, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, 2008? 2008? What year did that come out? Let's test my movie knowledge here. Was it 08 or 09? I want to say 08. What year did Synecdoche, New York come out? You guys, I'm waiting for the chats to pop up. I got to see if I'm right, because I know you guys got to do some Googling, do some research, and I want to make sure my hands aren't touching the laptop. I'm testing my own movie knowledge here. But that being said, I didn't watch it in 2008. I watched it way later. And okay, David says 2008. All right. That makes me feel good. I'm happy with that. That being said, you know, I am, because I think there's a distinction going between 2008 and 2009, because I think it was a film festival release in 08 and then maybe a wide in 09, something like that. But I think the original release date was 08, regardless. I was blown away the first time I watched this movie. Now, that being said, and I keep saying that phrase because it's late and I've talked a lot. It took me a bit to get to that point of what is actually going on. not that I didn't fully understand it, but I mean, you know, kind of what this movie's all about, right? And I'm trying to tiptoe around, because I know there's a lot of people that probably hasn't seen this film, and I'm trying to tiptoe around it. Cash said the movie has aged tremendously well. And you know what? It's been a bit since I've watched it, Cash, and you're probably right. It's a movie with themes and a message and relationships that will probably hit me harder today, right now, than I've ever been hit by specifically a Philip Seymour Hoffman performance. I think this is his best performance. And it's hard to choose from. There are literally 10 to 15 Philip Seymour Hoffman performances that I could say are his best. But I think at the end of the day, if I had to settle on one, I would either say The Master or I would say Synecdoche, New York. But Synecdoche, New York right now in my brain would be number one. It is a devastating performance. It's a masterful performance. And I believe it's one of the greatest movies of the late 2000s. But it's also one that I think requires, from a more mature me and someone who responds a little differently to movies now than I used to, it requires another watch. It's funny, going to another film that he wrote, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a film that I loved the first time I watched it, but it wasn't on my all-time list until I watched it again and again and again. And I feel like Synecdoche could be the same way, but I've only seen Synecdoche, New York one time. I've only seen it one time. So I've got to see it again, Cash. It's great super chat. Amazing movie. You guys, please go watch that film. Please go watch that film. Synecdoche, New York. If you liked, I'm thinking of ending things. If you liked Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, all of those films, I think this is one. Capote. Yeah, Capote was very, very good. Very good performance. What are the rest of the movies coming out this year? Will you review? I'm going to review everything I possibly can, Twinja Ninja. Everything I possibly can. And that's the goal. I hear your wife yelling, "Where is baby?" Austin. She's not yelling, "Where is baby?" She's probably yelling, telling the dogs to come get in bed, because I think it is bedtime for the wife. And it's almost bedtime for me. It's almost bedtime for me. I'm very tired. I've been talking for an hour and 50 minutes, and I know I keep saying one more question, but guys, listen. This is, I think it's the better one of the three you mentioned. Interesting. Woo, man, Cash. I would put Eternal Sunshine 1. But Cash says Synecdoche, I'm thinking of ending things, and then Spotless Mind. Oh yeah, no, I put Eternal Sunshine's one for sure. That's number one. Synecdoche, I'm thinking of ending things, but all three really good movies, two great movies, one all-timer for me. But I gotta see Synecdoche again, man. I really do. I love I'm thinking of ending things, but don't care for Eternal Sunshine. Oh, this hurts. Oh boy. I'll tell you this, Hayden. I'll tell you this. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a movie that's going to hit different when you're in a different stage of your life. Because I told you the first time I watched it, I think I gave it like an 8.5. I really appreciated and respected, and this will be my final thing tonight. I really appreciated and respected the filmmaking, and, you know, obviously the writing was really good, all those things, but where I am now compared to where I was when I first watched it, that was college Austin. College Austin didn't get it. College Austin didn't know what love was. I mean, so seriously, I didn't. Now I do. So now that I know kind of where he's coming from in terms of trying to, and this is just a stage of life thing. This isn't even a review of the movie. This isn't a me telling you here's how quality the film is. It's more so it's more so where I am in like my personal life. And now I watch Eternal Sunshine and I'm like, everything Jim Carrey does in that movie, I completely understand why. And I completely resonate with. And I've been in a relationship like the first half of that film, and then I've been in a great relationship like I am now. And so it's like, I see the two sides of it, and how they captured that in Eternal Sunshine is unbelievable. It's unbelievable how they captured it. I've never seen a movie capture love like Eternal Sunshine does. It's unbelievable. So that's just like a little insight into why I think. And that's how Kaufman movies work, man. I'm telling you, Cash. I'm telling you, Kaufman movies hit different. And but you know, Synecdoche, New York. It's been a while since I've watched that, so maybe now it's gonna hit me different. It's gonna hit me different, man. I love talking about Kaufman movies, man. I love talking about Kaufman movies, and Eternal Sun. I'd say watch it again, but you know, if you watched it recently, I'd say just give it some time. Hayden says College Hayden also doesn't get it. Yeah, I didn't really, you know, just because it's like I didn't at that point in my life, I didn't understand the whole relationship thing. You know, I just didn't get. I thought I did, but I didn't get it. But now that I've seen both sides and both perspectives, and I guess I got to give a shout out to my wife for being the good side of that. Give my wife a shout out. Don't tell her I said that, though. I don't want to blow up her head any more than it already is. But yeah, that's kind of where I am on that. Man, we're almost at 2 hours. Your dog is telling you, Dad, we got to go to bed. We got to go to bed. Ben Stiller is the best actor of all time ever. Well, I wouldn't say he's the best actor of all time. He's a great one. Great actor. All right, guys, let's shut this thing down. Let's shut this thing down. Listen. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the questions. Amazing. Thanks to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring my channel this week. Really. I mean, they've sponsored 3 videos that I've done. Just awesome. Great partner to have. And please get in that chat. Say bye-bye. Say your goodbyes. Come back this week, man. There's going to be some great reviews. We're talking Elemental. We're talking Extraction 2. We're talking The Blackening. I think that's what it's called, The Blackening. Some really good movies. Hopefully some really good reviews. Let's see. John said, buy a wallet and a chair now. Yeah, we got Ewin Racing Chair. You guys can find that link in a couple of my videos. And in this video, if you guys are interested in Ridge Wallet, which is who is sponsoring today's video, there is a link in the description. You can get 40% off by using that link. So if you want to use that link, you get 40% off. If you don't want to use that link, I don't know if you're getting 40% off. There's my Ridge Wallet. It's so cool. I love it. It's just nice. Like, I don't know, man. I feel cool when I when I take it out. Hopefully you don't see my card numbers on here. That'd be bad. Just put my cards all over YouTube. That would be the stupidest thing I've ever done. But hey, Regardless, thanks for all your support. Thanks for all the super chats today. You guys the best. Next time I see you, I am probably going to be a dad. Not next time I see you, but next time we do this live stream. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you very soon. I got to get to a picture. Which picture are we putting up today? Let's put up a picture of us at the table. There we go. Look how cool. I don't like that quality. Let's do this one. Me, Sean, and John. I like that. All right, bye, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. My wife's going to kill me because I'm still up here. But we haven't hit 2 hours yet. No, sirree. No, ma'am.